In this recap video, we will look at protesta sa Pasig galing QC. Duterte magpag-test daw. ASF dapat bang ikabahala?
Kumusta for me? This is Kumusta for me? Or Joseph and welcome to News and Worthy Recap Weekly Edition Interest. Maganda na. Kaya maganda. Here are some page news commentary for your convenience. Mga nagpoprotesta sa Pasig galing QC. Nang nagkaroon ng isang pagkikilos protesta laban sa pagpapatayo ni Pasig Mayor Vico Soto ng bagong Pasig City Hall, parang unti-unti na natin nakikita or na-unravel. Especially since vine-venerate natin si Mayor Vico Soto. Now, in all realities, Vico Soto is a fantastic mayor that lives up to the idealistic millennial politician. Hemplo ng cream of crop. Pero when we saw the protesters na umaati hall, yung kanyang trono ay nagiging big waste of public fund.
Yung iba, o halos lahat, pero minabuta yung 9 billion. Pagtingin na, punta po kayo sa gilid ng City Hall, makikita na yung mga crack, napakalaki na, nakakatakot na po sa loob. Marami naman po, kung sino po yung mga taga-Pasig dito, nakikita nyo naman po kahit sa loob. Pero alam ko po, yung iba sa inyo galing QC at Caloocan. Sino po galing QC? Yun, o, kita mo ha. Kung sinong galing Caloocan? Wala, taga-QC, mga taga-QC. Yan, mga taga-QC po sila. So yan po, mga hakot siguro ng St. Gerard dito. Kita nyo po yung mga dirty tactics. Pero yung mga taga-Pasig, pero kahit po dami naman akong kaibigan dun eh. Wala naman po problema kung may tanong po kayo. Willing po ako kasi bukas tayo.
Pero when we think of it, there's a twist just around the corner. Nalaman ng kinonfront ni Vico Soto yung mga nagpo-protest na hindi pala sila taga-Pasig, which kind of defeats the whole purpose or the voice of his people narrative na malamang sa malamang is just a way to why may makasuhan ako. Pero malapit na ang 2025 midterm election. And in all realities, si Vico ay tatakbo again for his second term as the mayor of the Pasig. Si Vico ay tatakbo again for his second term as the mayor of Pasig City. Meron siyang napatalsik. We wouldn't expect to be toppled just like that, especially a young millennial with little to no notoriety except his surname, and even that, mas malakas pa rin ang magiging political hold dapat nung political dynasty niyan, but apparently now I could be totally wrong. Malay mo, this is not a case of political or anything or any kind of political sabotage or guerrilla warfare. And of course, hindi ko sinasabi with certainty that the rival political clan is plotting a demolition job. Sort of dahil, again, wala namang patunay na sila or hindi sila is a little bit again, malapit na ang midterm selection at 25. Now, of course, I could say the same thing kay Antonio Trillanes IV or Egay Rize. They're boosting their engagements and so distrust sa mga tao. But the funny thing here is that same with Bam Aquino, Risa Hontiveros, Chel Jokno, I don't know, just Chel Jokno. At the very least, they're trying to make themselves heard again by echoing dutiful sentiments. Yung talagang kailangan nating pamarisan, yung kailangan nating tanggalin yung mga katiwalian, yung mga plunder against alleged plunder, promoting themselves to vote increase in injustices. Kung dapat nating kung gagawa man tayo ng isang name for ourselves or make ourselves heard once more again when we are trying to ramp up the political machinery, well, at least ang gamitin tama nung kung sino man yung nag-ship sa mga tao from QC to Pasig para hindi naman sila yung tao or hindi naman sila na naapektuhan nun, di ba? I'm not even mad. Just disappointed. Hindi man lang sila kumuha sa sarili nilang lungsod ng isang fake opposition at gumawa ng hysteria laban sa incumbent. Ganun ba sila ka-insecure? I mean, it's a weird strategy. Pwede sana kung taga-Pasig, magiging believable na, you know, magagalit sila. Kasi again, sinabi rin ni Vico Soto na it is admittable or a pretty pricey price tag para sa pagpapagawa ng bagong Pasig City Hall. And in all realities, the protest would be valid dahil again, malaki ang naging budget ng pagpapatayo ng bagong Pasig City Hall. Around 10 billion pesos according to some estimates na the purview of the people of Pasig and inquire. Maybe influence the people to inquire, but don't pay people from different city and ship them to another to protest something they're out of concern na hindi naman sila ng sistema. Kasi nga, again and again, hindi sila maaman ng pagpapagawa ng bagong Pasig City Hall kasi nakatira sila sa Quezon City. It would have been fine for destruction, demolition job campaign sa, sa streets ng Pasig just so that they could focus the people sa Pasig City Hall. Pero kung gagawa ka ng isang demolition job which
Sa totoo, gusto ko nga po nagtatanong mga tao, ibig sabihin may pakialam sila. Pag hindi nagtatanong, ibig sabihin walang pakialam. Diba? So malaki po talaga ito. Yung project natin na City Hall, medyo malaki po talaga. Kaya tama lang na magtanong ang mamamayan. Tama lang po na magtanong ang mamamayan. Pero, wag po sana na dahil sa masamang politika. Okay lang magtanong kung totoo yung tanong. Pero kung dahil po sa politika na gusto nila sila yung may hawak ng project, na gusto nila sila yung guguluhin nila kasi gusto nila sila yung nasa kapangyarihan, ibang usapan po yun. Pero kung tanong na totoo, tanong na gustong malaman saan ba mapupunta yung pera, okay lang yun. Hindi ako magagalit pag may magtanong kasi kung ako, gusto ko rin malaman. Tatanungin ko rin po yun. Maganda naman po may pakialam ang mga kapwa natin Pasigueño. Pero kung nagbabayad ng troll farm sa Facebook, nagbabayad para mag-attend ng rally, masama po yan. Diba? Hindi po maganda yan. Tanong, ba't kagagastos ng ganun kalaki para sa ganun? So,
Sir, sorry, nasan po yung organizer?
Hindi po namin alam, pinick up na po kami.
Pinick up? Saan po kayo pinick up?
Quezon City.
Taga Quezon City po kayo. Saan po sa Quezon City? Holy Spirit? Ano po sabi sa inyo?
Wala, ganun lang.
Ano pong sabi?
Ganun lang po, ma'am.
Paano po? Pupunta kayo sa Pasig, tapos po, hahawakan niyo yung tarpaulin? Ganun po ba?
Oo.
At tapos po, ano pong kapalit?
Wala po, ma'am.
Wala. Tapos papayag lang kayo na pupunta kayo, absent kayo sa work, tapos pupunta kayo ng Pasig.
Yun lang, ma'am, di ko alam. Excuse me na lang.
includes a very funny thing, including shipping people from Quezon City to go to Pasig City to protest the construction of the bagong Pasig City Hall. Well, that's just weird. Nakakatanga, nakakabaliw na they are kind of so out of touch and so incompetent or not confident in the sense na hindi nila sure na magkakaroon talaga ng mga tao na magpapagawa ng bagong Pasig City Hall. Maybe Vico Soto is just that popular na Duterte magpapadrug daw. Nang matapos ang ilang beses na pag-alingaw niya or at least ni ating Vice President Sara Duterte laban sa Administrasyong Marcos that, mind you, she's a part of and not just symbolically kasi pero technically but also literally kasi again, siya'y parte ng tandem na Uniteam or at least was once a part of the tandem of Uniteam, of which the has won in inspiration a landslide because particularly of her and her connection with his father. Tapos ngayon parang binabatikos niya na yung kanyang running mate, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of, preaching unity and only unity, lalo na ang platform mo lang, unity. Wala kang sinabi pa tong mga plataforma na rehabilitasyon at reforma, ekonomiyang reforma. Just basic needs being fulfilled. Ang sinasabi mo lang, unity. And the people gorged it up, lapped it up. Pero ngayon, parang nagsasow division. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, sinabi niyang siya'y handang magpa-drug test through hair follicles dahil supposedly, drugs consumed or used under 90 days may still be seen sa hair follicle test or hair follicle drug test. Sinabi niyang handa siyang manguna sa pagpapadrug test matapos siyang i-dare ni dating presidential spokesperson Harry Roque kasama ang kanyang mga kapatid na si Baste at Paulo Duterte, the mayor and a representative of Davao na magpa-drug test through hair.
Nababasa ko na yung panawagan ng mga tao at ayusin na lang natin kung kailan yun kasi dapat siguro doon na merong nauna third party na kasali doon sa testing at siguro hindi lang isa ang laboratory para sure tayo na nababalidate yung results. So yung mga ganyan na detalye, gusto ko ma-plansya ng lahat ng mga nananawagan. Yes, of course. Oo. Unang-una dapat talaga mapanigurado natin lahat na nasa tamang pag-iisip yung ating mga public officials. Kasama na ako doon.
To ensure na they have not used drugs in at least 3 months. Kung sinasabi ni Harry, lead by example and magpa-drug test. The only thing here is that Harry Roque is kind of
Ano ba itong Immigration Lookout Bulletin? Ibig sabihin nito, pag ikaw ay tatangkang umalis ng Pilipinas, magbibigay alam sa mga kinakakulan at sa mga otoridad. Dahil ako daw ay isa sa mga persons of interest na iniimbestigahan pagdating sa Lucky South. Well, alam nyo po, tingin ko po ito ay isang persecution, isang panunupil. Dahil ako po ay ingay na kritiko ng gobyerno na humihingi ng kasagutan kay Presidente sa katanungang, adik ka ba? Dahil unang-una, si Presidente Duterte nagsabi, may kilala akong kandidato para Presidente noong ako'y mayor sa Davao na nagpupunta ng Davao at gumagamit ng pinagbabawal na gamot. Pagkatapos, nung maisog rally na last January sa Davao, sinabi na niya, yan ay ang ating Presidenteng Bongbong Marcos Jr. Matapos yan, nandyan si Agent Morales.
in this anti-government or anti-Marcos administration rant long before all of this. This comes into the limelight nang siya'y ini-interview regarding her brother's bill na nasa House of Representatives ngayon na nagre-require ng mandatory drug testing sa mga opisyal ng gobyerno every 6 months, including the President. Now, this is also after kumalat ang isang halatang deepfake video of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. na sumisinghot ng cocaine in a video released just before the Third State of the Nation address for 2024, where absent ang mga Dutertes at kanilang mga kachokaran sa nasabing talumpati ng Presidente. Now, this is coming out of nowhere, considering talagang matagal na ina-allege ni dating Presidente Rodrigo Duterte na gumagamit ng pinagbabawal na substance si then Senator at ngayon President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., particularly with cocaine. One of the latest accusation na ginawa ni dating Presidente Rodrigo Duterte ay nang
si Bongbong Marcos bangag noon, ngayong presidente na bangag natin ang presidente. May drug addict tayo na presidente. Nung ako'y mayor, pinakitaan ako ng evidence ng PDEA. Doon sa listahan, nandoon yung pangalan mo. Ayaw kong sabihin yan. Kasi magkaibigan tayo, kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala. Ikaw pumapasok kayo ng alanganin. Mr. President, baka susunod ka sa dinaanan ng tatay mo. Diyan ako takot, ayaw ko mangyari sa iyo yan.
Nagsalita sa isang programa protesting against this charter change through People's Initiative referendum, with Duterte claiming for the nth time na sumisinghot si PBBM na yung pinagbabawal I think it's the fentanyl. Basically alleging that, again, sa abuse ni Duterte ng fentanyl, because again, fentanyl is not really an illegal substance, especially in the United States. It's used for
Po sa statement ni President Duterte last night sa drugs and People's Initiative.
And I'm urging you to resign.
Resign po.
I think it's the fentanyl. Fentanyl is the strongest painkiller that you can buy. It is highly addictive and it has a very serious side effects. And PRRD has been taking the drug for a very long time now. When was the last time he told us that he was taking fentanyl? Mga 5-6 years ago. Something like that. After 5-6 years, that has to affect him. Kaya, alagay ko, kaya nagkakaganyan. So, you know, I hope his doctors take better care of him than this. Hindi pinababayaan itong mga nagiging problema.
But sir, can you categorically deny that you're involved in drugs para matapos lang yung...
I don't even dignify it.
report.
sub pain reliever or something like that. Inamin din ni President Duterte nung kasagsagan ng COVID pandemic na gumagamit siya ng fentanyl.
Kalaban niya ngayon, dalawa na lang yan sila sa political horizon. Yun, nagtataka rin ako kung bakit na suddenly naging fascinated ang tao. Ako hindi lang ako, I cannot mention his name kasi wala man ako doon. But as a mayor, no, alam ko na yung mga mayaman sa Davao, pati yan siya humihirit ng cocaine. Cocaine lang naman. Wala akong sinabing siya. Cocaine.
Maybe fentanyl kaya nagsasalita ng ganito si President Duterte. Pero noon pa lang, talagang nag-allege na si President Rodrigo Duterte na sumisinghot si President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ng kung ano. This also with Harry Roque being put into the Immigration Lookout Bulletin with regards to his connection sa Lucky South 99 Corporation na naging or registered under a POGO operation or POGO hub. At ngayon, inimbestiga sila ni, I think, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian and Senator Risa Ontiveros with regards to that case. Kumbaga, not to mention the fact na si Senator Bato de la Rosa and Vice President Sara Duterte along with former President Rodrigo Duterte are kind of in National Criminal Court investigation na purportedly are happening right now. Of course, we do not know, pero sinasabi nila na we should not cooperate with the ICC. So, again, kind of saving their asses. Pinupush nila si Marcos na tigilin or ipatigil. Again, talagang natatakot si Senator Bato de la Rosa na baka mamaya ibinbin siya ng Pilipinas. I don't know why I said Philippine chief, not Philippine. So he is. Okay? Here are some more meanings. Mga atleta, pinarada, may 1 milyon pa. Pinarada sa lansangan ng Maynila ang ating mga atletang galing sa Ipinarada sa lansangan ng Maynila ang ating mga atleta tapos lang na Paris 24. Ipinarada sa lansangan ng Maynila ang ating mga atletang galing sa kakatapos lamang na Paris. Filipino, they are also dubbed as binigyan rin ni President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ang ating mga Olympic athletes, whether you have a medal or not, ng 1 million pesos with an additional 500,000 para sa kanilang training staff. The Philippines had concurred 4 medals, including 2 gold medals from Carlos Yulo and other 2 bronze medals from Nesty and I don't know the other person, just Nesty. ASF, dapat bang ikabahala? Ang African fever na nakapekto sa ating mga babuyan sa bansa, particularly sa probinsya ng Batangas at sa buong Calabarzon, Cotabato at marami pang ibang lugar. Sinasabing darating raw Junior. However, if we look at it, talagang kukulangan ito considering in Batangas alone, there are 1 million hogs in the province tapos 10,000 lang ang darating sa Pilipinas. And that's according to DA Secretary himself. Kulang. And a lot of people also were against the